This session is going to look at how to find a part-time job. In this session, we will cover the benefits of getting a part-time job, the kind of part-time work available, where to look for part-time jobs, how to apply for part-time work, and also how the Careers Employability Service can support you through all of this. So one of the most important reasons you may be thinking of getting a part-time job is the money aspect. But aside from this, there are a lot of other benefits to having a part-time job alongside your studies. So as we previously mentioned, a lot of graduate employers are looking for people who have some part-time work experience. This does not normally have to be in the field you are hoping to work in after graduation. In fact, any part-time work experience you have will gain you valuable skills such as time management, customer service, and problem solving. These are called transferable skills. Part-time jobs are a great way of developing your communication skills in a different environment to university, and you'll get to network and meet with new people. If you are new to the area, a part-time job can help you get an idea of what Huddersfield and the surrounding areas have to offer. Also, working alongside your studies can help build up your confidence and be more productive by developing your time management skills. This slide shows some of the roles that are commonly found in Huddersfield. So for example, hospitality such as restaurant, bars, hotels and cafes are very common options for part-time work. Alongside that, retail, office work, IT, industrial tourism, and healthcare roles are other common forms of part-time employment. Roles available on campus will usually be advertised through the job shop, the main university careers page, or the Students' Union website. So make sure to check these regularly if you're interested in on-campus work. Finding professional part-time employment, depending on your industry or sector of interest, can be rather challenging, so it's important to maintain a flexible and open mindset when exploring part-time work options. This is where transferable skills can be quite important. Transferable skills describe key employability skills for your CV, the core skills that will make you effective at work, whatever job you do. So for example, if you're interested in law, consulting, financial services or property, then any customer-facing part-time job will give you the client management skills recruiters would look for. Another example is tech roles. So if you're interested in technical-based roles, a part-time job with a tech-related retailer will give you the opportunities to practice your technical abilities and skills. Any part-time work you undertake will allow you to develop and showcase your transferable skills that will be very well positively looked at by graduate employers. So for example, if you want to develop your adaptability and flexibility, then you may consider part-time work opportunities within office work, retail, hospitality and bar staff, where the responsibilities of these positions allow you to showcase your adaptability and flexibility skills. Verbal communication is another very common skill sought out by graduate employers. So for example, if you want to develop your verbal communication skill set, you may consider part-time receptionist, hospitality or retail roles. The most important thing to take away is, even if you don't gain part-time employment within your industry or sector of interest, even the most common types of part-time work, such as hospitality and retail, can really allow you to develop positive transferable skill sets that graduate employers will be really keen to see. This map shows West Yorkshire. This should give you an idea of some of the places you could be looking for part-time employment. It is important to check transport links for these places. Many areas are easily accessible by train or bus, but some may need you to drive, so make sure to do your research before applying for anything. In terms of where to find part-time work, the University Job Shop is one of the places that you can use to search for job vacancies. The job shop can be accessed through the Careers and Employability Service website or through My HUD. The image here shows what the job shop should look like. You can see a range of filters down the left-hand side of the screenshot. Here you can refine your job search based on the type of role, location, and job sector that you are particularly interested in. Other job sites you encounter should work in the same way by using these types of filters. Our resource hub has a part-time job section that provides links to a range of general job search sites such as Indeed, Monster, and many other different job websites. This page also contains a lot of job searching tips and general advice on finding part-time work. This page can be accessed through the Careers and Employability Service website or through My HUD. So where do you start when you're looking for part-time work? When you start to look for a part-time job, it can be really helpful to let friends, family, and other acquaintances know that you're actively searching for part-time employment. Hopefully, this means that they'll be able to let you know if they do hear of any vacancies that will be suitable for you. Another consideration is you may want to send speculative applications out. Essentially, this is when you contact a company and send them your CV, even though they are not advertising a vacancy at this stage. We have a lot of advice on how to do this, so you may want to check our speculative applications guide on our website or book an appointment with us to discuss this further. Another consideration is you may want to look at LinkedIn. LinkedIn can be a great way of connecting with people working in the industry you're interested in, as well as other potential employers. If you do use LinkedIn, you may want to treat your profile like an online CV and ensure it portrays a professional image. And you can also use LinkedIn to research potential companies you'd be interested in working for in the future as well. You can also sign up for job alerts. So most job sites will allow you to sign up for email alerts if a role that meets your criteria is advertised. This means you won't miss out on an opportunity and you don't need to troll through job sites to find the roles that might suit you. Also, do remember that first impressions do count, even if you are not face to face with the employer. So when speaking to employers on the telephone or video call, make sure that you're friendly and polite. If they can see you, ensure that you are dressed appropriately and consider what is in the background of where you are. Thinking about all these things shows initiative and motivation, which are great skills to demonstrate to any potential employer. You may also find that joining a recruitment agency is beneficial for you. This means a lot of the searching for roles is done for you. Make sure any agency you sign up with is offering the type of work you are looking for. Also ensure that you are a member of the Recruitment and Employment Confederation, which is the professional body for the UK recruitment industry, and are required to abide by a strict code of professional practice. So what do you do if you see a job of interest? Firstly, make sure you apply early. Some companies will close roles when they feel they've received enough applications, so try not to wait until just before the closing date to get that application in. You may also want to consider getting your application checked by the Careers and Employability Service before submitting it. You can do this by submitting a query on the Careers and Employability Service website or through booking an appointment with us. If you do this, make sure you attach any relevant documents, for example, your CV or application you're using to apply for the opportunity, or a job description as well would be really useful in helping us review your documents for you. Also make sure that you meet the criteria for the job before applying, and also make sure it meets your own requirements as well. For example, there's no point in applying for a role that states shifts are Tuesday and Wednesday 10 till 6 if you're in university on those days. Some jobs will specify criteria they want a potential employer to meet, so do ensure that you have the skills and knowledge they are looking for, and make sure these are reflected and promoted in your CV or application you use to apply for that opportunity. So as with any job you apply for, you should be ensuring you target your application for the role. This is equally as important for part-time jobs, as there is generally still a high level of competition for these positions. Think about how you meet the requirements for the role and take note of the application process. So for example, if they use an online application form, then you don't need to spend time creating a targeted CV. Look at the details of the job and what the employer is wanting from a potential employee and factor this into your application documents. So we're now going to look at the CV, which is a very important document which is typically required for a lot of part-time employment. So starting off with some do's and don'ts for your CV. So firstly, your CV should have a clear objective and be relevant to the employer. It is really important to tailor your CV to the role and the employer each time you apply for a job. This could mean changing the content of some sections, and we'll go into this into more detail when we look at an example CV together. Your CV should also have a very clear structure, and it also should define your relevant skills, knowledge, and experience in relation to the role you're applying for. And please remember to always check your spelling and grammar. This is particularly important because it's not often that the employer will give you the benefit of the doubt, so make sure to proofread several times and get a friend or family member to also read through your CV as well. So here are some strict don'ts in terms of what not to include on your CV. So CVs containing this information on the slide here will normally be immediately rejected, as it opens companies up to potential accusations of discrimination and bias. Photographs are not routinely included on CVs in the UK. The only real exception to this are if you are applying for roles in modelling or acting, then you might be asked to include a professional headshot, but the general rule is try not to include a photograph. CV formats do vary depending on the country in which you are applying, so make sure to check your format is suitable. And try to avoid the use of acronyms where possible. Don't assume the company you're applying for knows all the shorthand names for industry bodies, software packages, and qualifications, for example.